Welcome to my Isle of Awakening. As you can see, it's a little late, so I'm going to get some rest before we do our grand tour. Nothing like a long sleep on the docks after a long trip on a boat. So here we are at the docks, first off. This is where you land. Over here we have what's kind of like a harbor master's building sort of thing. It also happens to have all the stuff I need when I travel. I have the register. I've got this billboard. Excuse me, Laura. I've got a change eight table, so if I go somewhere where I want a different looking armor, I could do that before heading out, and a box where I can throw all my stuff if I need to. And then down here is where I plan to try to build a boat. What I want is to have this on like the top deck of a ship over here. So that anyone who visits the island, it'll look like they arrived on the ship, and then they get off on the docks and they can head on in. Is that like a pretty cool idea? Over there is the docks from the storyline, and I'm really not sure if I'm going to keep it or not. I'm sentimental, but it doesn't look normal there compared to the big dock that I have. And then up here, I've gone ahead and changed this area to look nicer for the Hermit's temple. We've got stairs up here, a little sitting area for halfway, and then you go up more stairs. This is how you visit the Hermit. And then I still have the normal path that you can go on down here, where you can go out and do like a pilgrimage, I guess, if that's the term. But for now, we're going to head down here again. Do this very much a work in progress. Everything, I'd like to add, on this island is a work in progress. But some things like this I started like 2 days ago, so I mean it's still got a stone floor, as you can see. But it is a train station, so you come in here, and we have 2 tracks. So we'll be using this guy. It's going to send us to the desert area. If we were to take this track, it would take us all the way around the map. So this track takes us here, and then the long track will take us all the way up into this area without stopping. But we want to head to the desert first, so let's go ahead and take a train trip. Eventually I plan to have like railings along the edges of this, but for now I was just trying to make it so that if the residents need to send like a buttload of supplies to another section of the map, they could just use the trains, or they could travel it themselves. They won't actually, but I like the story behind it. So here we are at the Burning Sands train station. Eventually I want to have like a bunch of crates down there and that kind of stuff. And if you can notice, this is actually it is the same exact layout as the one at the beach. Every train station has the same exact layout, but is designed to look like it fits where it's at. So, you know, we have these sand walls for here in the Burning Sands. We've got like redder walls on the inside. And then up here is where you'll land when you fast travel into Burning Sands. And then here we have our first oasis of Burning Sands. It's technically a pool, so the residents do like to swim in it. There's another oasis, and then there's one on the backside of the temple. And speaking of the temple, over here I have them growing their crops on these little poking out bits. I do think that I'm going to be moving this onto the second floor of the temple, up into here. Mostly because, 1, it doesn't seem like they're really working out there, and 2, this is a whole lot of space I don't know what else to do with, so I think I may change it a little bit, keep this guy open up top, and then this be where they grow all their crops. I think it'll look cool, and then I'll just have like flowers and nice greenery out on these platforms right here. Oh, and then over there is my third oasis. Let's go ahead and go look at that. Right there. And then I think that waterfall even goes off into the ocean, which I think looks really cool from out there. Obviously not something I see very often, but I do like the principle that it's there. Then if we head inside, we have a water fountain or a waterfall. And then what I have planned is to have shops and living quarters inside these walls that I've built up. So right now we have 2 residence places. They're temporary. They were built for the storyline. But we have the 2 guys, what are their names? We've got Digby and Dougie live in here. Gotta fix those 3 tiles for some reason. And then living over here is going to be Babs's room. And then I have everybody else sleeping in here. Real nice cozy area. It's also the dye works. And then in here is my temporary bedroom where I've been storing stuff. Oop. Oh. And then over here we have more temporary stuff. We have a store. Or the start of a store in here. And then in here is the public bathrooms. We've got 3 little stalls and even a little shower for them. So obviously, as you can see, most of this stuff is just not even started. Like, it's just big old wall to kind of mark where everything's gonna go. But this area is completed and I'm so proud of it. Here we have the bar. Clean up all of these hearts from playing darts. But yes, here is the bar. And then across the way down here is the dance hall where Babs and my other dancer can perform up on the stage like so. Such a good dancer. I ended up having to lower the floor 1 block because this whole setup up 1 block doesn't count as a room. No idea what was going on. I tried everything to fix it, so I ended up lowering it, but I think it actually looks really cool. And then through here we have a bunch of greenery. It's just so that like the shops and stuff can have a window that looks out at something so it doesn't feel so closed off. And then up here are some quick stairs up to the kitchen so they could make food and bring it down to the bar. But we'll go ahead and visit that kitchen from the upstairs area. We have these walkways. Right here is that kitchen I was talking about. So you can see there's this weird stuff on the ceiling. It's just, I keep battling with myself on how much of the original pyramid I want to keep. So this was all here originally before I put up these rooms and walls and stuff. And like, on principle I wanted to keep as much of the original temple, but this does look pretty weird. So I think eventually I'll probably remove it. And here, as you can see, is the restaurant for everybody. And more of the ceiling that I probably need to remove. And here's where you would walk in and they would seat you. And then right here is the door to that quick access down to the bar. And then up these stairs is a quick access up into the gardens. This is another reason why I've been considering having everything growing up here, because it would be easy to take the food down into the kitchens from there. Eventually I plan on having some buildings out this front area. I'm still trying to figure out how many I want to be like houses and how many things I want to have within the the pyramid itself. So that's something I'm still trying to figure out. But for now, let's go ahead and grab our little cart. Oh, you may have also noticed that I have chiseled the border of all of the sand. I've also done this on the beach in front of the docks. It's just, I think it looks more like a smoother transition, like a softer waves of sand, which make more sense to me than like solid huge cubes. It also means that I can walk without jumping. It's an extra bonus. I just do it on days where I don't feel well because it's a really easy, mindless task of just going through and making half slabs on everything. But for now, let's go ahead and grab this guy and head on over to the fields. Goodbye, beautiful Oasis. Hello, beautiful pond. And here around the corner, you'll be able to see the new train station for this area. So we're almost there. There we go. Let's head up, and you can see again that this is the same exact layout as the previous station, but now it's got like green walls and these stone bricks to match the rest of the area. And what I did for that was I made the original out of snow and blueprinted it, and so when I move it to a new area I could just swap out the snow for new blocks. I think the third one is, or fourth, I guess, is still snow, so I'll show you that to you guys later. Here's the bridge that I took a picture for the contest. I was actually in third place for a little bit. At the end, I was in the top 20, I think. Certainly didn't deserve to be up there. It's a pretty basic bridge compared to what other people were making, but I'm still pretty proud. Here we have a little well. I think it would look better one, but I was trying to leave enough space for them to come get this water right here. But they don't, so I should just move it down a block. Here are my fields. I'm not really a fan of having all of the crops in a big ol' cluster like this unless it's like wheat. I feel like you would need to be able to walk in between these to harvest the tomatoes, and so all of my crops have this alternating crop and empty situation. And then over here, we have a little barn and chicken coop combo. Here's where they store their random stuff they find. And then over here, it's our little chicken. Hi, buddy! And then right here is his little bed, and with this light here, he's safe. Before all my chickens were getting murdered, I think the ghosts were killing them, which is terrible, so now he's got a little lantern in his barn to be safe. And now that the sun is setting, I think we're gonna head into this here inn. This is the reception room, which links up into this here bedroom. Let's get a good night's sleep. Good morning, guys. I'm so happy she put on her new outfit. I haven't really experimented with that except for last night I set it up, so it's really cool to see. And then we have another room down here. Both of these bedrooms have a toilet. And then in this area, it's like a seating area where you could get food or hang out. And we have access to the outside here. It leads to another tier of the city. Let's go ahead and head back up to tier upstairs. Let's see. Let's head into the farmer's house down here. This is for Bonazo. He really wanted a cute room, so I ended up having to use some stuff that, like these couches and this bed. So I ended up dyeing it green for his farmer nature. And we also have a little bathroom right here, along with his little eating area and all that. And then upstairs is his neighbor, and I'm really unsure about this still. So you head up here. I do really like this porch area where she has a bunch of stuff growing. But if you go up here, this is all she has. That's all she really wants. She wanted a pretty small room with it not being at all fancy. But I feel really bad she doesn't have things like a toilet in her house. So I'm really thinking about rearranging how this all works. But for now, I kind of like the way I managed. And then here we have the local restaurant. Got all these little tables. This is where you'd come up to get seated. And then back here is the kitchen. I just changed this like 3 days ago. It was probably 2 blocks thinner. So it was a very crammed kitchen. And it didn't look very good from the outside, so I changed that whole kitchen area recently. Oh, and then over this way we have a bridge over to the forest. Around here we have access to the windmill. Down here is where they would grind the grains into flour. And then up here is a very tight storage. What this actually has is all of the leftover fruits and veggies and stuff. I got 2 types per box in here, and these are actually dressers, so the inhabitants won't actually use them. They won't take stuff or add stuff to it, which is perfect. I didn't want a bunch of random stuff in there. And then we have in here the church. This is one of my favorite spots. It's so simple. It's just 2 lights and some stained glass. But I just adore the way it looks. Then we head in here, and we have our church area. Technically, these altars should be up front, but I really wanted them to be worshipping these stones. I won't say what these are because it's kind of plot related if you haven't gotten far enough in the story, but I want to have one of these of different colors in each of the areas. So I want a church worshipping that stuff to kind of like keep the island safe. And then back here is where we have the nun living with her 2 orphans that she's adopted. There's one of them, that's little Cameron. And so this is a playroom, and then the bathroom. Over in here is the nun's room. She wanted just a tiny room that works for her. And then downstairs we have Cameron's room. He wanted things to be a little spooky. And then in here we have little Lillian. He wanted a cool room. Pretty much everything else in this area isn't finished. So back here we have planned the fisherwoman's house. So this is going to be her bedroom. Or this is going to be like her living room, her bedroom, her kitchen and bathroom. And then she has quick access to the river for fishing. Then we head out this way. We go down a tier, so here's the door into the inn. And if you follow the path forward, this is our natural spa. I need to build a a reception room here. Stairs down into the spa area. We've got bathrooms for the ladies and for the dudes. Here's the dudes' baths, and here's the ladies' baths. And then if you ever want to visit my island, I'll have the code down below. And if you want to blueprint this area, somebody else asked for this, so I already have it set up, but behind these dressers, you can see there's an area. Here is where you would use your pencil to get a blueprint, and then there's behind this dresser, it does the same, so that it's easy to copy if it's something you really want to do. And then back upstairs, through the reception room, there'll also be like a natural outside area with hot springs to sit in. Let's head on back upstairs, or up a tier. Follow this road through this area. Then we have some houses planned out. What I do is I try to plan around the size that people want. So this is going to be Lula, which is the secret character you can find in the first island after you complete Moonbrick? What's that called? And then we have a shop is going to go here. Here we have a flower garden, so the kids and the pets like to hang out in this area. Got like a swing and everything. This is going to be somebody else's house right here. Then we come around the corner. We've got the barn, where we've got a sheepy. And we have a cow, and this is where the cats live. They have little doors to go outside if they want. Here's where the dogs live, with another door to go outside. Though honestly, they travel anywhere on the map they want, so I don't know why I bothered. It's gonna be another house, and then out this way there'll be more houses as well. And then back underneath the shop is the bedroom of the shop owner. She wants like the tiniest room. This is the max size I could give her. And I feel so bad. But yep, this is gonna be where she wants to live, so it's what she gets. Here's that pond we passed on the train tracks. It's like one of the first things I ever built when I got the island. I think it looks so cool. I love water stuff, so that's why I ended up doing that. Now, to head off to the least worked on area, we are going to head off into... Oh, I forgot. I've also chiseled all the snow in this area. It just looks so nice, okay? It's like the smooth slope it gives it. Like it's more gentle than the stone blocks, but... Here we are at the snowy area. This is what the blueprint for my train stations looked like. So I still obviously need to add a roof and a whole area. The things like the benches, the stairs, this area, which is all bookcases, by the way. It's the only way I could think of having this nice looking counter. It's just bookcases turned to the side. See? All of that's kept the same between each of the train stations, and then like the wall types and the roofs and stuff was left blank. So this is the front of the train station. Go ahead and head up into the castle, which is not much done on. But I am pretty happy with what I've accomplished with it so far. So there used to be a single staircase right up the middle, and I've gone ahead and split that off. So you'd use these stairs to either go off to either branch or up into the throne room, which we'll look at in a little bit. This room isn't worked on much, but it's going to be like the soldier barracks. Once it's done, I'll take out all these walls and do that in here. This area currently is just storage. I don't know what to do with this room yet. Then head back here, and we have the bathrooms. We've got baths, and we've got little toilet stalls. And this is back towards that entrance. And then if we come out this way, we have the dining room, which is massive. And it's got a fireplace, and so that makes it a banquet hall. In here is where I had the sheep until recently, but we still have a chicken. There it is, somewhere. Hi, buddy. This is a rearranged garden area. I've also got like a little pond, but I had to be pretty clever with making this a room. So these right here, these plaza mats are what makes this into a room. That's why it has to trim everything. And then across the hall from the banquet hall, we have the kitchens. And this is still very much in the works because until recently this half was the banquet hall and just this small area was the kitchen. But I couldn't evenly fit the fireplace in here, and so I had to rearrange, and I had this huge space back here with nothing built into it. That's why I ended up closing it off and making it into this banquet table area. And then out here is a humongous gardens. Got to provide food for lots of people in the snow, you know. So we've got this big old greenhouse. And we've even got some like rice and stuff. And we've got our little robot who works the gardens, which is really nice. Then we head up these stairs again. And this is going to be like... part of this is going to be a throne bedroom area. I don't know about the rest. And then up into the throne itself, we have this area. And they provide you this huge block, and they're like, make it a throne room, but it's like way too big to even count as a room. So this is why I have these walls here. But I think having it that big space really allowed to like try to think of a cool way to make it smaller. This is just what I ended up doing. And then back here is the temporary royal bedchamber for now. But I think I'll probably put a wall here in the middle and have it be two different rooms. We'll have it like I'll have a quick access from here down to that next story. So if I'd like dig down this, there'll be like stairs down into here. And then I'm gonna have this open balcony looking area that looks down onto the screen area. So it'll look really nice. And then this is down a floor because I've left room so that I could change the floor without it affecting the ceiling. So yeah, that's what I have planned for this whole royal bedroom area stuff. So I hope you guys have enjoyed taking this quick little tour of my island. It's, as I said, very much not completed, but I think it'll make a cool landmark. So in like maybe a couple months or something, I can come back and do another one of these tours and we could see how much progress has been made. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.